y'all? Welcome back to day 7 of the hypertrophy cycle. This is technically officially the start of the month. The last week was an introductory week where I was deloading from stretch shortening cycle February, and it led to me testing PR all time at 50.5. Now we have John. If you don't know who John is, he is the person who writes all my training, and we coach collectively. We coach all the athletes at THP. So
for behind the scenes, go to my YouTube.
Yeah. So the goal right now is to write out my training cycle for March, with the goal of getting Guinness out to dunk camp at the very end of June and having a Guinness World Record. I would say I have an official world record, but it's not a Guinness world record. So that's the goal.
That's a good point, actually. You have a world record, but it's not a Guinness World Record.
Yeah.
I think it's a world record.
Yeah. It's like in the Olympics when they say Olympic record
versus
and then
world record.
Versus world record.
Yeah. The world record's the one people care about.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, it's operation get a 51-inch vert.
So who's gonna measure your reach? Do we get to measure it their way?
If I measure it their way, I'll have 56. It unbeatable. I'm gonna have a Javier Sotomayor 30-year record.
That's what I want. All right, cool.
I'm cool with that. I'll have a THP 50.5 and a Guinness 54.
It's hilarious. Whatever, their choice. But then it's just like who can cheat the game more, and it just kind of fucks everything up. So, but hey, everyone's gonna cheat it anyways. You might as well inflate it, right? I hope this is on the record. So, all right,
comment down below what you think I should do.
Yeah. So what we need to do, we need to write this out, and we need to take into consideration a couple things. First off, we're 4 months out. We do know that he tested 50.5 after deloading the jumping that he did, obviously, last month. So we called it stretch shortening cycle February. If you guys watched my channel, then you would know that. If you didn't, and you just started watching Isaiah's, then obviously, also you're not in the shot. I don't know if you want to be, but
okay.
So this is, Austin's also here. He's also going to do this. So if you want to hit the 50.5 in that 4-week period of time, I think we do what we know has always worked, right? And so we're going to go build the volume up. We're going to follow very traditional periodization not traditional, but what I would call like THP traditional guidelines.
Yeah.
So we basically need to figure out a general outline of what we're going to do, and then that'll help me guide the week, day to day, month to month, week to week, then day to day. So I think if it's March, April, May, June, end of June, so we have, 4 weeks. We have 4 weeks here.
It's honestly a really perfect.
Yeah, I couldn't have lined up better.
The only thing that throws a wrench in things is like events, other events, but I think just treat them as jump days.
Just say no.
Train through.
All right, so this is the focus. This has to be, I think, June.
You let me roll out.
Requires 2 weeks. Maybe, what do you think, like till the week, maybe like high jump volume? You think high jump volume for 3 weeks?
Let's see what he's doing here.
High jump volume for 3 weeks. We could do functional overreaching basically if we want.
Yeah.
So a functional overreach just means that you have a specific quality you're trying to build, and then you're basically going to load that to a point of fatigue, and this is a really good way to have really impressive supercompensation curves. So basically we're going to kill him for we could start at 3 weeks out, but realistically what's going to happen is it'll be like higher loading for 2 weeks, and then that third week before we'll do it jumping 3 times or whatever, and then just totally.
Oh, that's the functional overreach.
I'm saying that's
is the
what
jump.
The functional overreach will be of jump volume.
By the way, the reason, let me just put this here so I can see you. So the reason we are talking about that functional overreach is because that's what I did before I tested 50.5. I had 4 jump days in 1 week, and anytime I've ever done that frequency of jumping at that intensity and then I unload, my supercompensation curve is aggressive. Very aggressive.
Seems to work really well.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to do that on purpose this time.
And this is gonna be SSC focused.
And this is all for me too, right?
Yeah, this also applies to you, Austin. Okay, so this I think needs to be.
Yeah.
I think get the max strength up again. You eccentric focused. Oh, this is the other thing.
What?
Oh, wait, actually, this will work.
So we'll play around with pauses and stuff.
Yeah.
Is there another chair?
You can take one from the kitchen table.
So this is going to be volume.
Can you show them? Can you pull up a force velocity curve actually?
Yeah.
Show them how we surf that thing.
So this is something, a lot of people only look at one tail, right? So there's two tails to the force velocity curve. So this is the one tail, right? This is only showing you the concentric force velocity curve. So it's saying, look, when you're close to a concentric max, right, you're gonna have high force. Well, this is half of it, and the other half is the more important part for human performance. So this curve is actually what matters. What I just showed you was this half, right? So max strength would be here, and then as you go strength, speed, strength, well, speed strength is probably over here, speed is over here, max velocity, concentric work is over here. The thing is, this is isolated, right? So in a stretch shortening cycle, you stretch, which is eccentrically, right? And then you shorten. So you go across the whole curve during any athletic movement, basically, which is why it's important to not just focus on this side of the curve, because the eccentric side is more important, actually. This side of the curve is what people don't understand. This side of the curve is what people usually mess up. And this is where I would say we differ from everyone else. And plyos usually only deal with each tail of the curve. So plyos are usually peaking over here. I mean, you do cover this, but you're not really focusing on moving the curve up, the whole curve up. We're trying to get more force across all of these velocities to have a better performance, basically, right? More area under the curve. So if you look at a jump, like if you go impulse curve, whoops, counter movement jump.
There's impulse curve in sales. What?
Is there?
That's what popped up.
Force time curve, right? So, if you're going to look at something like this, I think this is a depth. Yeah. So, what's happening here? This is the same thing, right? This is where you're dropping down, and then all of a sudden you have this crazy peak force jump up, right? That's the eccentric forces. So you have a very high velocity. You get to peak isometric forces here, then it drops off, and then you have peak concentric. You leave the ground, whatever. You land again. This is peak eccentric. So it's really important, and this does a really good job of kind of showing it too, right? This is the eccentric part. You see the forces climb up, and then he's pushing off the ground. This is kind of a shitty example.
That is.
Yeah, that's really bad. That's really, really weak forces. We don't have a good, you see a good curve here anywhere? Like a good one? A drop jump would be better. Let's do that. Yeah. It doesn't really matter too much, but for the sake of showing you guys, force time curve.
By the way, understanding this improved my training and my jumping a lot, like this last month, because I always had a good understanding of the right side of the curve, and then
This is really good.
And then I had a breakthrough understanding the left side of the curve, and
Right.
it made a huge difference.
So this is realistically what you're seeing when you pull up the force time curve or force velocity curve. This is so important if you really want to coach elite athletes. You have to understand this. Most guys just coach this curve. This stuff, is relevant, but it's only half of the equation, right? This is like if you're a power lifter or something, maybe this is relevant. So it's really important to also look at the other side of the curve, which is, like I said, which is this side. And so this is very fast eccentric forces or landing forces. So when you look at a drop jump, that's going to be this braking phase. That braking phase dictates largely this propulsive phase. So we have to improve this whole braking phase to get a better propulsive phase. And we need to go from lower forces to higher forces because we always want to follow the principle of lower intensity going to higher intensity. So when we're looking at Isaiah's training and we're going back here to this, right, we're starting with lower forces, that's concentric. And if you go to the force velocity curve or you go over to this is lower force. This is less force and it's concentric. So that's why we're starting here and we're going to go to higher forces. This is peak isometric and peak eccentric kind of, during yielding essentially.
Would peak eccentric be right before that peak technically?
Yeah,
And then at the
technically
peak,
they
it's
kind of happen
isometric?
at the same time. Like you could make the argument that isometric is actually higher. So you could, You could conceivably do something like this.
Eccentric first, then
Yeah,
isometric.
Yep. You could also flip these. And
Oh, by the way, go back to the thing.
Oh.
No, here.
Oh, sorry.
If you sign up for THP, look what you get.
You get all this fundamentals of strength training, which we'll explain this in more detail, but just to show you guys why we're doing what we're doing. So we need to focus. I will traditionally do this because some coaches will flip these because, again, you can make that argument. I think we're just going to go with what we know, so we'll keep it like this. You're always going to get all the different types of muscle contractions. Concentric is shortening, eccentric is lengthening, isometric is same length, and you have different forces for different types of muscle contractions. Eccentric and isometric, you can get the highest muscle tension and usually at the highest velocities. For eccentric, isometric, you're going to have no velocity, right? You don't have any change of velocity in the actual muscle fiber, and you can have really high forces. So usually the fast stuff that's very high force is the highest intensity. So I like to keep that in May, right? And so if we're only doing slow stuff, you could technically put eccentric max strength here and then isometric and then fast eccentric. We're not going to do that because we will get the fast eccentric in June. Very complex. It is not simple. But I'll try to do my best to explain. So that's what we're going to do. So this whole month is going to be focused largely on that. We could use kind of one of these blueprint cycles. So anytime you go into the training for us, we put people in buckets, right? So I've written training for I don't even know how many years. There are how many weeks?
I've actually counted. It was like 190-ish
190
cycles. If you divide that by the number of weeks, it's like 4 weeks. It's like 16 years of training.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yo, look.
There's no way.
200. Well,
so basically, our job is knowing what each of those respective. Zooming out. Our job is knowing what each of those cycles is, so that I can put the right one in and then make adjustments. So
totally got the wrong. But
yeah, I was going to say there's
50
no way.
months of training.
50 months of training. Yeah, so it's like 4 years. 4 years worth of training that there is in here. So I always tell people when you miss a workout, if you miss one day, I don't care because there's 3 years and 350 some days of training you haven't done. So if you miss a day, always just pick up with the current day. There's more training you haven't done than you have done. It's not a big deal if you miss one day. All right, we're going to start with one of these blueprints, one of these blueprint cycles, and then I'm going to go in and adjust it. So I know one of the higher volume cycles that I've written is one of the Zay cycles. I think it's this one. Yeah, high volume squatting. So I label it so I know. And then I'm going to go in here. This is one of the buckets, right? This is one of the cycles. Some of you guys that do the training, you may have done this cycle. And I'm going to go in here and delete all of the subsequent weeks because I don't really need those.
You guys just got 2 weeks of training. You're welcome.
Yeah. And this is kind of like whatever. Oh yeah, I guess you could pause.
Yeah, it was like this.
Yeah, whatever.
Pause the video and you can do it pretty good.
Yeah. So this is still relevant, and I need to go. This can come out. You don't need that. You don't need that. Oh well. Probably could have picked a different one to do this.
Jump dynamic?
Yeah.
Look at all those circuits.
Yeah. Let me see here. Jump dynamic. You don't need this. And remember, the whole theme is concentric volume. So we're going to pick lifts that are inherently concentric in nature. So this is pretty good, but we need to increase his total capacity. So that means there's 2 things I need to take into consideration. How much can he handle based on his injuries? The big ones, his TFL is pretty much good. His knee pain's pretty much good, but his PFP. So I'll probably pick clean pulls, but we're going to do it off the blocks. I would like to do it off the floor, or I'll
I can
give him
actually,
the option.
I can do it if I squat first. I've
Okay.
been able to clean.
And this is where the co-coaching comes in.
Co-coaching for the win.
Put the barbell circuit in. This adds a little bit of volume for him. And I've always said this with 2-foot jumpers and dunkers in general. They're more like shot putters than they are. And I'm a strength conditioning coach first and foremost. These guys are more like shot putters than they are sprinters. I think a lot of people misrepresent that. They need to produce a lot more force than sprinters. And so you have to be insanely strong in the weight room. And so there's a big emphasis on the weight room for 2-foot jumpers specifically.
Strong, Dad.
Yeah, Austin as well tends to be a little bit more, he's kind of a tweener. So he will still benefit from this, but there will be slight differences as we get closer to competition or peaking. For him, he'll probably do more jumping, less weight room later. Isaiah will do different plyos, so there will be some slight differences there. But in general, we need to increase. This is the most general training we're going to do, right? 4 months out. And so in general, we need to get them both higher capacity. We need more force production. We need to raise the ceiling, in terms of the force production so that, and the functional or structural adaptations to the muscles and tendons and bones. So that's why we need a lot of volume.
We're putting a bigger engine in,
Yes.
changing the suspension.
Yeah, dumb it down for me. Okay, so let's go.
I need a new engine. This looks too low volume.
Oh,
I think 10 by 8. What do you think? 10 by 8 slow squats. What do you? I'm done.
So the reason we're doing 65% is because there's 6 sets of 8, right? But the last 3 sets are working, so we're going to keep those at 65%. This is the first week, so we're going to have 3 weeks of this. They're going to be. This is going to be hell for them, but that's kind of the point. You can't get better unless you're going to have progressive overload.
I'll just show this first day, by the way.
Okay.
And then we'll go into. You'll probably go right into me suffering. After that shot.
Okay, so we're
I'll be
going to
suffering
do.
too. Maybe. I don't know if I'm going to be on YouTube. I don't know whose YouTube I'm on today.
Probably mine. We're gonna be doing something like
Yeah,
that.
I think so.
And then I can do a set, and then you do a set.
Oh, you do a set. Then I do a set.
Yeah.
I like what you guys are. I like what energy you guys are emitting.
What is it?
Does this bother you? Hip thrust bother you?
No.
You're good.
That would probably be really good for me, or single leg, later single leg ones for my hip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to get strong as hell with these.
You think you think I should do like single, or do you think this is like it'll be fine if I do?
Double. I mean, if it's
you could do
heavy
double.
enough.
Well, this is high volume, so it doesn't even matter.
I just got 2 different answers.
No, I think this is still fine. We're gonna go 5.
6
here.
by 10. Fuck yeah.
5 by 10
Oh.
on the last
Freak
3
yeah.
sets. So this can go fast. I want you guys to superset these since
Okay.
we're working out here.
Just know with every cuss word is a little bit less money to feed Marty with.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
That is so awful.
So I'm not gonna. The reason I'm gonna use
What's wrong
less.
with you?
You guys will notice these percentages are gonna stay between these lower numbers. The reason why is because I don't want to.
Get off, Mello. Get off.
So I don't want to.
Mello, get off of me.
He's crazy. I don't want to drive up because this is gonna just absolutely flame them. Isaiah's gonna have off on the general day. He'll do upper work with my friend Christian Williams. Shout out Christian Williams. He just had his first kid, River. She is the cutest little girl ever. But yeah, if you guys are interested in rehab for shoulders, Isaiah, his upper days are that for the general work. Other guys, I'll do something different. But for Isaiah, I just focus on these big picture days. So this is pretty much it. I think maybe the other thing we can add is just very low volume, like as a warm up. Actually, I would do this, Isaiah.
Mellow
Just
down.
burn walks, 2
Okay.
by 10 each way.
So cute, bud.
Put that in the warm up.
Yeah.
All right.
Oops. 2 by 10 each way, and then I'll just put warm up. So
Good.
now this is pretty much what we got.
All right. Sick.
And there we go. And are you gonna do ISOs before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So for what? TFL and
TFL and right knee.
Do you want to try the glute one today?
Manual, just put manual
I'll put
isometric.
choice
Cool.
isometric.
Do you are you gonna do the glute one with me today?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's one of your sayings. No.
All right. Cool. So
Woo!
that's the first day of training.
All right. See you guys in the weight room.
I do have a
Bye.
question actually.
Do we want to write the?
All right. First top set, we're doing 65%. For me, it's 325. My PFP is really bad today, but it's warming up ever so slowly, set to set. I'm gonna finish the workout and see if I feel better by Wednesday.
Same as me.
You know what?
Same as me.
Yeah. I'm towing. I can feel I'm towing the line of.
So you could go 60% instead.
That'd be 315 probably.
What is this?
This is 65%. It's 325.
I would go 55 or 60%.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no sense in fucking yourself up the first day. This is the first day.
I feel like it's gonna be light though.
Your knee, it's not about how heavy it feels.
It'll be 15.
You just want to do this then?
Yeah.
It's going to be light, but it's about your knee warming up during it.
How much is 2 reds on each side?
265.
Oh, perfect.
You were not. You got to slide to the left.
That felt fucking weird.
Yeah, you just were. Slide to the left. Right there.
265. All right. It warmed up. Oh, I thought you were high-fiving me.
No, it's not this, but not. It did. It felt better.
Yeah, by the last one, I didn't feel it.
Just track it in the app, and then next week we can do the full talk. Like if it's the first week, it's fine. Next week's gonna be harder, you know.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it should be.
Whew, that's me, boys. It's time for break. I'm over here with my bass throat pissing.
So you think just stay there? 315?
Stay there, yeah, for all of them.
All right.
I mean, that's what, like 62.5%?
Yeah.
Barely 65. I was thinking you'd do a bigger drop actually, but I think it's fine.
Do I look
Alright.
pretty?
You look great, dude.
Like how it felt at the end, it's like, that might be analgesic.
Yeah.
The other sets were. My PFP is always like that. Feels horrible, warms up, and I'm fine. It was definitely the jumping though. I was feeling on my last, like the last like half hour of the session. Definitely short session
How
this
long was
one.
that session?
2.5 hours. Yeah,
How many jumps do you think you took? 70?
probably 50 to 70. Yeah.
What's the most we've counted that session in San Jose? That was close. No one can hear our conversation.
Which one was that?
The San Jose session.
You want
Yeah.
it?
You know what I'm talking about?
The outdoor one?
No, the indoor one.
Oh, that one was crazy.
That's like where you tried to touch.
Yeah. When I vertexed at the end.
That was a lot. And that was 60 some working reps.
Yeah.
Like with warm ups, it was more. But total jumps was over 60, I think. It was crazy. We were
Yeah.
there for like hours.
I mean, I always feel banged up.
we were there for hours.
Yeah. Like the week after a session like that, I always feel.
Yeah. I mean, I feel horrible too after the East Bays that I mean, I did a lot of jumps that day too. And with the total plyo volume,
Yeah.
I felt horrendous. So I can understand why you don't feel great.
All right.
You're definitely pulling off the blocks, by the way, for clean pulls.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm letting you pull from the floor.
I might be able to, bro, because that felt pain free.
It's not like whether you should or you shouldn't, and it being the first day of March in the cycle. You do need the pat. You're gonna pull off the clean like those anyways. I mean that's right. That's gonna raise it up a little bit.
What, the red?
Yeah, the stoppers, the sound stoppers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fine. Let's go. It's all right. Two?
Huh?
A second?
Yeah.
You're up, Austin.
My knee kind of like was hurting a little bit on that one.
Cut it.
Squat.
That was your 4 set?
Yeah. The left one, it was like.
Where? Yeah, I would just cut it there. That was your 4 set? You can jump in with my lift. That's basically what I'm doing it for. So you're going to do seated calf raises and stuff. We'll push on the seated calf raises and stuff, though.
Should I try to pull?
I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea at all.
It's just like the position, like just the keep position. I don't think I'd hit that position on clean pull.
You don't think it would hurt on clean pull?
Like if I was catching a clean, catching it, it would be worse.
You could try it. So, why is my car on? Did you just hit the button? You did on. You unlocked it.
I mean, I could lower the weight, couldn't I?
Here, take this. For squats or clean pulls?
Squats.
I would just cut it. You could, but if it's a tendon, there's no point in loading it more.
Okay.
Again, the first day of March, guys. You guys are messed up in the session.
Jesus Christ.
All right, we got one more set. Crazy, I'm not used to multiple sets at those higher weights. But this is where the volume's coming in. Like the last month, I've just been building up to 1 heavy set. Now to do 3 at the same top weight, I can tell I'm not as fit as I was a couple months ago. All right, last set. Come on. Could we record this on my phone, actually?
Yeah.
It's right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Cinematic?
Yeah. I'm freaking stalling, yeah. That was the word I was looking for.
Nice, good work.
Ah!
You said this was light.
Not on the 3rd set, it's not.
I have something to show you guys. I just found a 5'3", 300-pound woman who's posting her dunk journey. Look at
All right,
this
I'll catch you guys in the top set of clean pools. We're live again.
What's that?
We're live again. So I am officially at my working sets, which is insane because I feel like I've already got a heavy ass workout from this. But me and John were saying it's because this is the first max or strength cycle that I've done since I did 315. I haven't cleaned at all since then, aside from here and there. So all my numbers are like way higher than they used to be. Like before, I would have done working sets at like 300 or something like that. I just did 315 and it was still a warm-up set. And now we're doing 3x2 at 335.
Yeah, this is gonna be 335.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh my
Can you record this one actually?
Yeah, I got it.
Holy shit, Bitcoin's almost at 7,000.
70?
Yes.
Holy cow.
That's why all the other ones are going up again. I have to get into my Coinbase account immediately.
I'm just holding. I don't count that stuff.
Dude,
I don't have Bitcoin anymore.
I have so
Oh,
much.
you sold it?
Yeah, when we were trying to get the house last year, I took it out and then didn't end up getting it.
I lost like so much in college because I was trying to like trade it, but I still have like a fuck ton of money.
I don't even know how much money
I
is
have
in there.
Shibu.
Bro, I had like 10K in there when it was down in the 20s, so I probably have like 30K in there.
I don't know how much I have in there. I think I maybe like 5 or 6K or something.
Hey, I'm the best financial advisor you've ever had.
Me? Yeah, you are actually. I should listen to you more often. Do you want to do just regular speed?
Yeah. Should I face this way or this way?
For the camera, face that way. Quads will be showing.
I'm gonna focus on just ripping it once I get
Yeah. Yep.
right there.
Just stay in position and then jump as hard as you can above the knee. Way better. Way better. Acceleration was so solid. That is how you do a clean pull.
Wow.
Does that feel way different?
Yeah. It's literally, so now that the weight is heavier,
You can't move it.
I'm actually pulling it harder. Like I'm pulling it hard, but the weight's not
can't-
moving as
yeah.
fast. When it's those lighter weights, when it's like actually around max weight, like when I'm doing a 300 clean, a power clean
Yeah.
or 315, I can pull it fast,
Look at this.
but it affects it negatively.
This is really.
Ooh.
So I mean, you're perfect position like this. You're not getting pulled forward. The chest stays up.
Yeah.
Knees come forward. Great second pull. Solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
You pulled the shit out of that. Actually, that was.
Sick.
Was that your second? That was your first set.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. I have to do. I could do single leg seated calf raise. I might do that.
I got two more sets here.
Austin, how many sets of RDLs did you do? 3? Maybe you should just do his session so you don't get distracted. It's a little late.
Bro, we still have hip thrust?
Yeah. You guys are gonna be here for a while.
Oh my God.
you said I shouldn't.
All right, go ahead. Set 2. Here we go.
It's getting weaker.
Yeah, come on.
The pull off the ground.
Just maintain here. Go even slow. Just control. Control. Stay tight. Stay tight. Jump. You are dying. You're dying. It's a good sign. It means you're adapting.
Bro, it's getting so weak off the ground.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, I can tell it's starting to catch up to you. All right, so you have one more set of this?
One more, yeah.
That's going to be fun. Anything you want to say to the viewers?
It's really close to being deadlifts.
No, it's still a clean pull. You just don't. You got to get that second pull. You can't short it. That's the issue. When you stop getting the knees forward, like it's gonna feel slow.
What do you mean shorting it? I've never got that.
There's two things that happen when you short a second pull. The knees don't come. So you'll go like this. You'll go here. The knees won't come as forward as far.
Oh,
you'll go to this
yeah.
instead of dipping into that second pull, right? Because it's like, oh, if I just come to here, I can get out of that position more.
Yeah.
But it's like you have to let yourself.
It's like cheating. You're cheating the movement.
Yeah, you're cheating. And then the second thing you short is the top, like the hip extension, right? So this would be peak hip extension here, right? If you're just to here, that's also shorting.
Gotcha.
It. I hate when guys do that. You are doing.
This is getting
first.
lazy.
Yeah, you're doing the first thing though.
Yeah.
Which is you're just not getting the knees forward and through.
Yeah.
But you just tell yourself to jump harder and expect it to.
I can feel the difference on power cleans when I short it.
That's why I like panda pulls, because panda pull, well, it's kind of tough because sometimes you can still do that if you're focusing on dropping underneath faster.
Yeah.
Like it is there's like a balance between those two things. What I notice with you is when you get to really heavy weights, and I do this too in panda pulls, you'll start to short that second pull, and the third pull you'll try to emphasize to get underneath it. In reality, you have to have a really good balance between the two. You can't short the second pull because you won't accelerate it.
Yeah.
But you also have to get underneath the bar fast and soon enough at the right time. So.
All right.
One more set.
Might as well get it over with.
Oh wow, you're just gonna go right
Yeah.
into it? Okay, impress me. You know, people think that the 51 just came from the one day you did 60-inch drops, or 50.5. This is the shit. Like
the 50.5 came from doing this in
4 months
October.
out, yeah. So you could do 60-inch drops. It's crazy. You're doing seated calf raise, right? I forget.
Yeah.
What I wrote.
I think so. Yeah.
Seated.
Seated and hip raise.
For him, I think it's 5x10. I don't remember. He'll tell you in a second.
All right. Don't short it. I have to go in a very dark place. I'm gonna just put actual intent in this.
Do you want me to film this?
It's cool. It's cool. We got it on there. All right. Dark place.
Come on. Squeeze. Stay tight here. Let's go. Grip and rip. Same thing. Come on. Get the knees forward on that second pull. Use your quads. Load up your quads. There it is. That second one was way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
Whew. That felt way better.
What did you tell yourself to do it?
I was just like, I didn't tell myself. I just get angry. I don't know how to describe it.
I told myself push into pain with your knees. And I forced myself to push the knees forward.
On the second one, because I remember you told me push the knees forward. I thought jump.
Jump.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think when I short it, I don't cue that.
Yeah.
Versus that, it's like I'm like, okay, jump when the bar passes my knees.
Yep.
All right, so that was it for that. I'll probably just show the last set of hip thrusts. And yeah, we still got a long way to go. It's depressing.
We're going to go on the 90 because Isaiah, oh wait. Oh yeah, we are. We're going to go on the 90 because this is where things get hard, right? We've been here for like an hour. Isaiah's motivation's dying. I'm done. So he's like, I want to be done. So we're going to go on the 90 to increase intent on this a bit. And yeah, that's how we're going to do it.
All right.
So he's got his final weights. And I'm going to start the clock. And he's going to suffer. Good strategy. If you guys want to get done quick and you got a lot of volume, we looked at some research on this stuff and it's really effective. You're doing double leg on that?
Yeah.
What's your Just blues on this?
Or
Or yellow, sorry.
yellow, blue. That'll be, and then 5s.
So red, yellow, black.
Yep. So this is 365 right here.
And this is 55%-ish.
And then I'll hit this, and then I just got 2 and 2.
So you're starting your, are you going on the 90 now? You want me to start your timer?
Not yet. Start it on the hip thrust.
Okay.
Woo! Shit burns.
This is gonna be fun for you. This is, I was like, all right, you're struggling with motivation? Don't you worry, I've got just the plan.
I just got 2 sets, 2 sets.
All right, I'll give you 60 seconds rest and then
Didn't I
we're gonna
bring
get
water?
through this. Yeah, is that mine? On
This
the
one's
ground?
cold, so it's probably.
No, that's the one that looks like piss, right? That's mine.
That one's yours.
I think someone else drank this. Austin definitely drank
This
this.
one's mine. One of these 2.
Sponsor us, Liquid IV. It's been about 40 seconds.
Let me put my phone down too.
This guy. This guy.
I need to record a hip though.
No, I
Actually, can
started,
you record
I
the hip
started
thrust?
the recording already.
Huh?
Oh, you mean on your phone?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. You want a juicy cinematic film work?
Yeah.
You might want to. I'll try to get the fupa out of there.
I'll just brace.
All right, are you ready?
No.
Wait. Let me set the clock. Tell me when you're ready. Ready?
I'm never gonna be more ready than now. Fuck
3,
it.
2, 1, go. All right, here we go. On the minute. Nice. All right, you got a minute 12. Phew, woo! Bless me. Oh, you're going both of them on the 90? I was gonna let you go back to back. Damn, you were gonna suffer.
Ooh.
You know I meant 90, like,
Oh,
you meant 90-90, but hey, if you wanna get done even faster and treat this like a wad.
that's what I felt uneven.
Oh, shit. My bad.
I was like, these muscle imbalances are
Do
crazy.
you want me to refilm this one?
Yeah.
You have time, so.
How much time I got?
30 seconds.
All right.
How many sets left you have? This is your last
Last
one?
set, yeah.
Oh, wow, that was perfect. I'm glad you auto-regulated, because I did not intend for that. I was being more generous. No wonder you were like, oh, there's no better time than now. This will ring whenever, and I'll hit repeat.
All right.
All right, go ahead. That's a grown man lift. All right, just the calf raises. I can start cleaning this up.
Yeah.
Last one.
What the hell, bro?
That suck?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Anything you want to say to the people? You want me to talk to them?
All right, that is what hard training looks like.
That might be a good idea, actually, to increase intensity week to week, is go from like 60-second or like 90-second EMOM
Yeah.
for like 2 minutes and then bump the intensity
For the
up.
accessory work, it helps me for sure.
Yeah.
'Cause if not, I stall.
All the time in the world.
But yeah, guys, that was technically day 1 of the hypertrophy cycle. We're working on increasing my potential right now. So I would say I'm excited, but I'm not. This cycle is gonna suck and it's not gonna be fun, but it'll be worth it. And jumping high makes the suffering worth it. Like always, go to THPstrength.com if you want to sign up for coaching. We'll get coached by both of us. And like the video, it helps the algorithm. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Day 8, baby.
30 days.